Welcome everyone to Friday Night Young at Heart, featuring nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, stories of the great operas, epics, and such, to keep us all young at heart. I'm Father James DeLucio, and we're going to pick up right where we left off in this wonderful epic poem written around the time of Chaucer, but with no noted author, an anonymous publication, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. So you may recall the last time we met Sir Gawain, he had struggled and fought his way through forest and cliff and field and waterways in the cold of November and December. So for almost 2 months, having left Camelot around All Saints, All Souls Day, he has suffered greatly. He's had very little food. There was not much to hunt in his going along the coast of England and through Wales. He is weary and frozen to the bone, practically. But we left him on Christmas Eve. He stumbled upon a magnificent castle, more splendid, he thought, than Camelot itself. And a drawbridge lowers, and he is welcomed magnanimously by the lord of the castle and his beautiful lady. And because they had heard of Sir Gawain's great renown, and you remember all those powerful descriptions of his valor and his strength and his virtue and his handsomeness, and this man has everything. Well, they treat him royally, as is befitting a great knight, as the narrator continues to affirm. And they give him, first, they just try to warm him up. It's a miracle that he doesn't have frostbite. And so they give him these fur blankets and so many things. But when he's warm and thawed, they allow him to bathe and to refresh himself, and then they adorn him with these most magnificent clothes of the highest quality of everything. And the narrator describes all of these things in great detail. And when he's so kingly robed, he then is given a sumptuous feast, for it is Christmas Eve after all, and they spend the night in revelry and tales and caroling and prayer. Even song is part of the revelry in between all the great courses. Fish course, meat course, fruits preserved somehow in the midst of winter, and great descriptions. So he stays and tarries for a few days. He's now becoming refreshed, and he's getting back to his old self. And then the lord of the manor asks him exactly what is he doing there, coming so far away from Camelot at Christmas time, no less. And he explains that he has made a pact, an agreement with a Green Knight, who is insisted that a year from last he has to meet him in his green chapel. Did by chance this lord of the manor know where the green chapel might be? For no one in his 2-month journey seemed to know or had heard of the Green Knight. Indeed, the Lord does know, and he assures him that it's less than 2 miles. Sir Gawain would like to go out right away, but he said, "No, tarry, wait till New Year." For Gawain informed him that he must meet the Green Knight on the morn of the New Year, which I found a little odd, because if you recall, the Green Knight appeared on Twelfth Night, or the night the night after, during all still the Christmas time revelry, but after the New Year. So I thought it would be another comparable January 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, something in there. But now the epic says it's New Year's morning when the dawn rises, sometime before noon is when Sir Gawain has to meet his end, perhaps, and accost the Green Knight in the Green Chapel. But the Lord of the Manor assures Gawain that it is really so close, and please stay until New Year's morning, and it will be a very easy ride on his horse to encounter the Green Knight once again. So he does. There's more feasting, there's more revelry. And then one morning, the Lord of the Manor says he's going out hunting. He's going to take a whole band, but he wants Gawain to continue to gain his strength and to rest. So he leaves him in charge of the castle and the lady of the castle and all her ladies and the servants. And he goes off. The first day he goes off hunting deer. And the narrator describes in great detail the hunt. And beyond the hunt, how successful the Lord was and the others. Innumerable does are killed. And then it's described in detail how they slaughter the doe and how it's cut up into various meats and parts of the body and stuff. I wonder if you would have enjoyed that. But perhaps some of you have been butchers or worked in supermarkets or in factories, meat factories. Then you would know exactly what's being described. Now, meanwhile, that very morning, as the sun is just about to rise and the Lord and the hunters are already out, guess who creeps? Well, creeps might be the right word. Tiptoes into Sir Gawain's chamber, but the lady of the manor. He doesn't know quite what to do. As quiet as she was trying to be, it did wake him. And this was very odd, and he was very uncomfortable. But he pretends to sleep. And she comes and sits right on the bed next to him. He can only pretend to sleep for so long, and then he pretends to stretch and wake up. And, my lady, what might I do? I am at your service. And she flirts with him almost tempestuously. But he remains a noble knight. And although she gives him every opportunity for her to commit adultery, he's steadfast. But at her insistence, to show her respect, he does offer her a kiss as she leaves. And then he gets up, begins his day, goes to Mass, has breakfast. Now, I didn't tell you this, that when the Lord of the Manor left, he made a pact with Sir Gawain that everything he gains by the hunt, he will give as a gift to Gawain. Obviously, just sort of symbolic, because Gawain couldn't eat all that venison. But it would be his then to share, of course, with everybody in the manor. But when the pact is that when the Lord of the Manor presents Gawain, Gawain has to give the Lord of the Manor, a gift. Well, as it turns out, that night when they return, Gawain's gift, not specified, but inferred by the Lord of the Manor and implied for the rest of us, is that he gives the Lord the gift of his lady's virtue. All right. Now, this goes on another day, and I will cut to the quick. I always like that phrase, cut to the quick. All right, so they go on a boar hunt, And like the hunting of the deer, the hounds are described, and the sounds, and the chase. And this boar is huge and deadly tusks and everything. So it's described in great detail. Evidently, or in the end, the lord of the manor conquers the boar, killed, and again we get a great description of how to cut and prepare a boar for the Boar's Head carol. No reference is made to the Boar's Head carol, but the descriptions just evoke it, because then they put after slicing up the boar into pieces, they put the head back and put all the pieces in the skin, and it looks like still a real boar, like the kind you see on those Boar Head carol song sheets with the boar's mouth filled with apples and delicacies and such. Comes back, same thing has happened that morning when he's left. The lady of the manor returns, a little more spicy than she was the morning before, and again Sir Gawain will serve, but not to what the lady implies. But she's very crafty too. She never says exactly what she wants. She practically does. It's very poetic, but I can't read it to you because of copyright. But you can look it up for yourself. You can. So that's where we are. There's one hunt left for one more day, and we'll see if Sir Gawain succumbs to the temptress of the lady of the manor, or if he will remain steadfast, solid, and a noble, virtuous, virginal knight. So that's where we are. I hope you have a very healthy, safe, and holy weekend, Halloween and all. You still have time to dress up as the Green Knight or Sir Gawain, if you wish. A good friend of mine, though, she's going to wear her witch's hat. It's a very, very handsome witch's hat. Really floppy and a great, great, great peak. Yeah. I was thinking of that, too. Halloween, it seems to show the power of women, that all those witches stories, but how men in general fear the power of women, so they turn them into witches in those old tales and such. And here we do have a very medieval view of woman as temptress, but it's a medieval epic. God bless you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. And we just might finish this tale next Friday night at Young at Heart. Have a good weekend. Happy Halloween. Blessings for All Souls and All Saints Day, too.